Hey, good evening, everybody. Time to play some Immaculate Grid. I might change it up. This episode, I saw a interesting comment that left me intrigued yesterday on one of the videos, which was instead of going for a low rarity score, I think this person still had a low rarity score, but instead of that being the focus, instead going for can you make a lineup 1 through 9, pitcher through right fielder out of the grid choices, which I hadn't thought to do, but it seems so obvious because you got 9 slots. Um, I come from a family that didn't recognize the validity of the designated hitter. So, my dad hated the DH. He said it wasn't real baseball, but so I'm thinking about it, and I'll need to see the grid to see if I have a realistic shot at it. Obviously, if it's very pitcher heavy or something like that, it doesn't make sense too. So, maybe today, maybe some other time. Let's take a look at the grid and let's play. Hit and refresh. All right, so we just need to get Hall of Famers. We even have Brewers. I could try for another All Brewer category. No, I can't because there's no way there's anyone from the Phillies who would work there, or the Angels or the Pirates for that matter. Um, all right, this will be an interesting challenge. I'm gonna try for it. Um, Hall of Famers for the Pirates. You got a couple shortstops, a couple right fielders. Um, yeah, Willie Stargell, who kind of counts for first base and left field. That's another question if you're doing this, is like who counts for what. Those are people who are primarily Pirates, but of course you have people who might have just stopped into Pittsburgh. Um, Angels Hall of Famers, you have Vlad Guerrero. I think he's the only person in the Hall of Fame wearing an Angels cap. You also have Nolan Ryan. You have Eddie Murray. He works kind of for a low rarity score in first base. Phillies Hall of Fame. Um, go Richie Ashburn in center field. You could certainly go like Schmidt, third base. You go Pete Alexander. So you got a few options there. You got a lot more than that. I just need to think them out a little bit. You even have Ryan Sandberg, second baseman. I think he played a little bit. Um, so a lot of Hall of Fame options. The question is, which way do I go if I want to constrain myself? And I have to divorce myself from rarity score because we're not as worried about that today. Um, I just saw with Brewers and Phillies. If I pick Matt Stairs, what position do I put him at? Isn't he just he's pretty much just a professional hitter who occasionally would play corner outfield. Um, kind of same thing with Dante Bichette, who would work there. Um, let's see, Fred Lynn will work in there, so that would be a center fielder. Hmm, see, Boston, Pittsburgh. Thinking Jeff Suppan would be a good pitcher candidate to plug in there. So let's see. I haven't hit a catcher yet. Let's see. Is there a good catcher candidate? Trying to think. Rick Cerrone never played for the Pirates. Jason Kendall will work. So maybe I use Jason Kendall down here. First base, I mentioned I could use Stargell, who kind of works for first base or left field. Dancing around the grid here. I just want to make sure I don't shut myself out before I even get going. I'm playing a new game over here. So I said like center fielder, I've got I could go Fred Lynn, I could go Rich Ashburn. Let's see, second base. I think said I could go Ryan Sandberg. He'll work for second base there. I think he played just a couple weeks with the Phillies. Was traded with Larry Boa. Um, Third base, I could go Mike Schmidt, but I obviously can't go him and Ryan Sandberg, so I'd have to find another place to put that second baseman. Shortstop, I could plug either Honus Wagner or Arky Vaughn in here. I'll probably do that. Um, Left field, I could plug Jeff Jenkins in for left field over here. Kendall Jenkins. Said center fielder could go Fredlin there. And then right field, I guess I could go Dante Bichette. I think he would work. I feel like I skipped something, but I'm just gonna start filling this out. Let's see how this goes. Let's see what kind of rarity score results from it. So he gets 4%. It's not too surprising. That sounds about right. I think Carlos Santana is going to be number one there. Hall of Fame for the Pirates. I think just because I wasn't seeing a lot of other shortstops, I'm going to go Arky Vaughn here. He goes sub 1%. I don't think I listed another second baseman, so let's grab Sandberg's 2 weeks in 1981. He gets 1%. And then the Angels Hall of Famers, let's see, I suppose we could go Eddie Murray because we didn't use Stargell. Yeah, let's go. Let's sneak him in there. 1% there. So we got catcher, first base, second base, shortstop. I did not use third baseman. That's right. So I need to come up with a third baseman from these categories. That'll be an interesting challenge. I wonder if I shut myself out. Let's see. But so the way to do this is to think Boston third baseman or Milwaukee third baseman. Oh, you know who'll work? Let's go Don Money. Played third base. Takes 5%. 5%. Played in the 70s. That's a lot higher. He's wearing like a pre-1978 Brewers helmet. So that was kind of a rare pick there. For pitchers, I have Schilling available here. I could go Jeff Suppan here. I could go John Lackey here. So I've got plenty of places I can play a pitcher. And I was just thinking starting pitchers. I could go down here. I could go Mike Fetters. He'll work. Pitching coach for the Diamondbacks. Um, I was hearing his name a lot on the telecast the other day. Um, let's see. We have a so now we have our whole infield. We know we can get a pitcher in here, really anywhere. So now we're trying to build out an outfield. That's how baseball works. So we definitely have Fred Lynn will work in the center. %. All right. Again, not really playing for the rarity score, but that was the highest one so far. Not really surprising. And then a left fielder and a right fielder. And they have to be like legitimately, I want to make sure that they legitimately work for one or the other. I don't want to just like have outfielders who kind of were fourth outfielders or journeyman or something like that. I prefer not to. Um, a legitimate question might be like, where do you consider uh if I play Dave Parker, he doesn't really work because he's a He's really more of a designated hitter with these two teams, but he would work. Um, Arguably, I could play Parker here and count his time as a right fielder. Alex Ochoa is a name that's coming to mind. I believe he played for both teams, and he mostly played right field for the Brewers. I'm not sure if the Angels moved him around. Um, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Other outfield spot. Ooh, I could have gone. You know what I should have done? I should have gone. If I'd gone Vlad Guerrero here, I could play Jimmy Fox up here, and then this would be a little bit simpler. Let's see. What are some other? I'm just not sure where to count Dante Bichette could reasonably count for either. He played some right field. He mostly played left field with the Rockies. I'm not really sure where he played with the Brewers and Angels. He just wasn't very good with either of those teams. Is all I really know about him. Um, and then for the yeah, I'm just trying to think of other outfielders. Shane Victorino, I want to say will work for the Phillies and the Red Sox. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to go Shane Victorino. He played a lot of center field though, but I know he was playing right field for that 13 Boston team. And then Bichette at least was a left fielder for wide swaths of his career. I don't know if he played there as much for Milwaukee and the Angels. Takes 2%. And let's close out with Jeff Suppan, also a former Brewer. He goes 0.4. So he had a 35 rarity score. I want to play this again, kind of just see like how low a rarity score I can get because I feel like I've missed that part of my day. Um, but yeah, I mean, no surprises really with the big. John Lackey was the highest grossing person here. Okay. All right. I guess the only question then is where did Donnie Bichette play as he was more of a right fielder with the Angels and Brewers, and then go Shane Victorino. Yeah, Victorino is really more of a center fielder with Philadelphia. He has a little right field in there, so I feel somewhat justified, but you got to pick one because Donnie Bichette shouldn't count as left field if you didn't play for the two teams that are listed. That's kind of my thinking. This was a little off the wall, a little bit different. Grid number 199. I'll play this again and see what actually a low rarity score I can get. But for now, this is my attempt at a 1 through 9 lineup. If you like this, feel free to comment or don't. But just want to do something different today. Tomorrow's number 200. Haven't seen any big countdowns or anything like that, but 200 coming up. Pretty exciting. Anyway, thanks a lot for playing, and I will be back at it tomorrow. Maybe I'll just go for a low rarity score again tomorrow. We'll see. Peace.